Hey yo guys, what is up? It is like here, coming at you with another video. Now today we're going to continue the series. First video we did is why I forgot the exact title, but it's something about why I use my PC. It wasn't necessarily saying, PC is better than console. I'm not quite sure the name anymore. I literally just saw, but I forgot. But it was something about telling you why I use my PC, the advantages of my PC over my console, and stuff like that. So today we're going to be doing a video on just some basic things, telling why my PS4 sometimes is a little easier for me to use, or what I would consider a little bit. I can't say better. Okay, there's very few cases where I can say the console is better, but I obviously have one, so you guys know obviously I have a use for it. I mean, I can tell you right now that use is Call of Duty. And a lot of my friends have PS4s, but other than that, we're going to get into a few things of why the PS4 was very helpful, and why I use the PS4 and I just don't just have a PC, because based on my last video, why would you need a console? Because, I did all these types of things. But anyway, let's get into the video. Now, one cool thing about having a PS4 is you don't have to worry about hardware specs. When the latest game comes out, you go to the store, buy the PS4 game, obviously unless like a PS5 comes out, then you have to buy the new console, which kind of blows, when you can upgrade your PC with a part or two, or probably have the good enough PC. But anyway, you don't have to worry about any of those hardware specs. You don't have to worry about any of that, because guess what? Your game is gonna play just as good on your PS4 as any other PS4, because it's the same exact hardware, besides like PS4 Pro and stuff. But really, they really just optimized it for 4K. It's not really a huge leap or anything, other than there's a little bit more power, but still, either way, the game's gonna run very smooth on any PS4. It's gonna be very playable. You're not gonna have to worry about changing graphics settings. You're not gonna have to worry about seeing, oh, what's my FPS? Am I getting a playable FPS? That type of thing. Stuff like that. You don't have to worry about any of that. So let's get to the next point. Obviously, this is mostly from the perspective of gaming, because for productivity, you just want to have a computer. You don't really want to use the PS4, just because PS4 is like a multimedia thing. But other than gaming, I'd watch some Netflix and stuff on it. But there's really not too many other things you can do for productivity. Now, another thing I really do like about my PS4 is I can just play games. I don't have to sit there and reinstall like PS4, like their OS. I don't exactly know the software. Like, I don't have to reinstall and delete everything and reinstall everything, because eventually it starts to get a little slow. Like with my PC, as much as you do to keep it clean, I can't keep a PC clean, because I have so many server programs that I download, and literally my PC just fills up. Now, it's pretty nice now because I got, SSDs, and, I have i7 and GTX 1080 and stuff like that. So my PC doesn't really slow down, but every once in a while I will, if I have to, I'll wipe my Windows, reinstall everything, which is a pain in the butt. So it's a good, probably a couple hour project that I don't have to worry about on PS4. If I don't need to clean off it to make it faster again, that type of thing. Like I said, it really depends. This is a bigger deal for PCs that are not as crazy good as, not as powerful as mine. I wouldn't say mine's crazy good. It's a higher end PC. Obviously, we're running the i7 and the 1080, but still, it's a lot faster than some other PCs that like my first PC that I ever built, which was around $400. That slowed down every about 6. The longest I probably went was a year without reinstalling Windows, and then I had to back up what I wanted, reinstall everything, and it made it a little bit faster. So you just have to kind of do those things with gaming on PC, where on PS4 you can just sit down and play your games. And another big thing with console is, other than, okay, if we look here, let me grab a controller here. Other than control freaks, or you'll have some kids that use scuffs with paddles and stuff, but most people just use a standard PS4 controller They don't even have control freaks. You know, I don't need the paddles. I don't like them actually. I've had a scuff and I just stick with regular because my reaction time is faster with these and fingers. So I don't know. The paddles I never liked. But you know, other than those few things, really you have a pretty standard controlling interface for your games. You know, on multiplayer stuff, you got basically just a regular PS4 controller. You have a few kids with like scuffs and such, but usually it's not as big of a deal. Where in PC gaming, we have mechanical versus soft key, which is a big difference because if you're trying to play a game with a soft key, you know, it'll work. You know, don't get me wrong. If that's all you can get, do it. But like my keyboard, my Razer keyboard's all mechanical, so my keys aren't like, I forget the exact term, but like sometimes when you press a key and you press another key and you hold it, eventually it's like, oh, this is just accidentally holding down, and it'll stop doing A, so you'll stop moving. You'll be like, well, okay, I gotta press it again. Where with mechanical key switches, the keyboard just lets you, you know, keep pressing down on keys. You know, it doesn't like ghost, I think they call it, or something like that. I'm struggling for the word tonight, but basically that's a big deal in gaming. The gaming keyboards have I have a bunch of functions I can do, some lighting things which can be helpful. Where a regular keyboard, you know, probably the keyboard's a little less important than the mouse, but still it's really nice to have those mechanical keys. Another thing I have is a gaming mouse, which has up to 16,000 dots per inch. Now I know you can change your sensitivity on this thing, but mice are already precise enough, and if you can fine point a DPI, which is dots per inch, which is basically like, you know, it's a sensitivity basically of the mouse. And then I have my special mouse pad here. I literally can just headshot, where it's a little harder to do that with this. You can't just like zero in like through hardware, you know, you have to do it individually in games and figure all that out. Where my mouse literally can just zoom into the perfect DPI and just, you know, it's pretty hard for people that just have a regular like Dell mouse. My mouse is gonna outperform their mouse, and it's gonna be bad. Where it won't be as bad on this. So that's a couple of big things. You know, for stuff like Netflix and stuff, you know, you can do that on PC, and that's not a big deal because, you know, you can sit back connected to a TV if you wanted to, but that's kind of a midpoint because I think they both can do it well depending on how you have it set up. I'd say most PS4s are connected to well, I can't say that, but I'd say a monitor. Most PS4s are connected to a monitor, even though, or a TV, sorry about that. Some are connected to a monitor, like mine's connected to a monitor, but sometimes they're connected to the TV to watch movies and stuff. So that's kind of nice, you know, it's simple. You have a controller, you know, I know you can get a wireless mouse, but a controller is easier from a couch to just play your media, that type of thing. So there's a couple things that I just wanted to bring up, you know, that's kind of why I like consoles. You know, and big fan bases for like console type games. Like, there's not as big of a fan base for Call of Duty on PC as there is for console. I mean, that's just how it is. You know, it's gonna be a lot easier to play your COD games on console than it is gonna be on PC. You know, other than like zombie mod maps on PC for Black Ops 3, other than that type of stuff, you really the PC community for COD's pretty small compared to the community on, you know, consoles. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. There's a few things I use my PS4 for, and the reasons that I enjoy it sometimes a little bit better than PC, which is kind of hard to say because I really do like a lot of those things that I said were negatives. For some people, you know, I love tinkering around with the graphics settings, getting the best quality I can. You know, that type of stuff's really fun to me. But for some people, they just want to sit down and game. You know, they just want to let some steam out, that type of thing. So if that's your thing, you know, a console is nice just for that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. I will see you next week, guys. Peace out.